I grew up in a household that we didn't share our emotions a whole lot. I don't think my parents ever said I love you, ever, to me.
Really?
Yeah, but I knew they did.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it at the time, but now I know. Typical
Yeah.
Asian, strict, things like that. And I know that she loves me. It's just that it's not the kind that
Yeah.
it's not that expressive, right? So I never figured out how to do it myself, until later on in life. I had to figure it out on my own.
Which is crazy because to me, you are one of the most open and I would say emotionally aware people that I know.
Well, I mean, it was, I think my Asian childhood was pretty much like every other first generation immigrant Asian childhood.
Explain that to me because I don't know what that's like. I only know what growing up Mexican is like.
Oh, well, for us, I mean, we came from the Philippines. I was 4 years old. My brother was 3. And, we didn't know the language. So English was a second language for us at first. You couldn't tell that now because we've grown up here all the time. But we started off here and my mom and dad, my dad had to work nights making teeth. He was a dentist in the Philippines, but that didn't count here. You had to take the test over again. My mom was a pharmacist and that didn't count either. So she had to take pharmacy school over there too. So one of the two had to stay home and take care of us because we were little, and the other one would make a living to support us. So my dad made teeth during the daytime because he was good with his hands, and then he went to dental school at night. And so we lived out of a little 1-studio apartment for a while until we got enough money and got an apartment with 2 bedrooms in Oak Park. And we lived there until my dad was robbed one day, and he got away, and they wanted him to buzz him up so they could rob us. But as he pretended to fumble for his keys, he ran inside the door, locked it, and ran upstairs and saved us from getting robbed. So
Wow.
that's when we knew we kind of had to leave Oak Park at the time.
And now Oak Park is so safe.
Now it's all gentrified. It was not when we were there.
Crazy, yeah.
So anyway, and we would move from place to place, always getting a little bit better. My dad would finally finish school, and we would always find a little bit nicer place, and we'd move from town to town until we finally settled in Palos for a little while. He became a dentist up in the north side. So all this time, it meant my parents ingrained in my brother and I that we're making these sacrifices for you so that you could have a better life. So you're going to do your best, you're going to study hard, and you're going to be successful no matter what it is, right? So you're going to work hard. And that was it. And the way to success is education. And you're going to go to college, you're going to go to graduate school, whatever it is, and you're going to be successful. And that was that. So that was my upbringing. And that's how they showed they loved you, because they sacrificed all this, and they pushed you to work hard. And that was my upbringing. It made my brother and I hardworking and determined and high achievers. It didn't necessarily make us emotionally very open. We were polite, but outside of that, we didn't really know how to express our emotions or socialize all that much. And that was not until I went to college and met my first wife, and then much later when I met Delia, that I really opened up a lot more. So it's
evolving.
Yeah, you really had to. I evolved a lot more, and it grew. And that's what I really am thankful for with Delia and the family, is that I really had to grow into the job.